Welcome back to Rock Your Best Vocals. Jim here, professional singer for over 30 years, professional vocal coach for over 20 years. We're going to talk about Billie Joe Armstrong's voice today, and I'm so excited. I do a lot of these how to sings like. When I look back at them, I'm going, oh my God, I missed so much stuff. How did I miss some of these things? In all of the cover bands that I've played in, I like to try to sing as much like the original artist. When you sing a little bit more like the actual artist, it kind of gives that little bit of legitimacy to the song. Like you're kind of giving that little homage to the original artist. The song, in my opinion, sounds a little bit better when you sing a little bit like them. Today, we're going to take a different song. This is Welcome to Paradise, because I think you can hear a little bit more of what I missed in his voice before. So when we try to sing like someone, when we play around with our voice and we try to manipulate it, we learn more about our voice. Anyway, let's dive into this. This is Welcome to Paradise, and I'm going to uncover a lot of the stuff that I missed before and possibly why I missed it.
Dear mother, can you hear me whining?
Listen to that, kind of the shape of his pharynx. Whining. What? It sounds like kind of almost like there's this sound in the kind of like that's an open throat sound. If you go take a big deep breath in, you kind of like just vocalize like that. You can hear the difference, like when there's that open throat. But he also has this thing that before, what I was missing was I was kind of doing too heavy of a compression. Can you hear me whining? When you do that, you hear there's no resonance there. So with that open throat and then adding a little bit of compression, and when you do that, you allow the air to go up through the vocal folds and buzz, like to actually vibrate the vocal folds, that's where the sound comes from. But when it's open below that, instead of this subglottal pressure, like that subglottal pressure, dear mother, can you hear me whining? Like there's no resonance there. Versus, dear mother, can you hear me whining? There's this thing that he does. Why? And you can hear that little bit of let's hear just that whining part.
Dear mother, can you hear me whining?
Why? You hear that start of the air. Whining. He's allowing that breath to go up through the vocal folds. Whining, like cool whip, right? If you know that. Anyway, let's move on.
It's been 3 whole weeks since that I have left your home.
Since I have left your home. You can hear how, like, that's one of the biggest things that I was missing, that open throat. That's I am watered down. Like I was thinking, that's I am watered down. Like there's still that compression, and there's that kind of the way he enunciates things. There's that, but if you don't have that, I am what is you miss that buzz. So a part of what's going on with him as well, I'll get into in a second, but like listen to what's happening. And I've talked about this on the channel kind of a lot before, but listen to that, the flow of the air, the buzz.
This sudden fear has left me trembling.
See, when I open the throat, a sudden fear has left me trembling. So if you listen to the video that I did before, actually, I'm not even going to put a link up there. I don't even want anybody to ever see that again, because I was just compressing too much and there was no resonance. Like, it's no wonder sometimes when I would be performing, I'd be like, I can't hear myself. You know, if you're ever thinking like you're singing and you go, I can't hear myself. You're missing the resonance. The resonance comes from that open throat. And something else I'm going to talk about in a second.
'Cause now it seems that I am out here on my own, and I'm feeling so alone.
What he's doing in that is key as well. Listen to that. Feeling so alone. I've talked about this before on the channel. This is very important.
Pay attention to the cracked streets and the broken homes. Some call it slums, some call it nice.
Some call it nice. He's got this pharyngeal constriction. Some call it nice. Some call it night. So I'm still, some call it night. So that constriction that I'm doing, that compression, is not down here. Some call it night. You can hear how there's no resonance there. It's flat. It's dead. If you listen really closely, some call it night. Some call it night. I'm constricting up here above the vocal folds. So the vocal folds buzz out brightness, and then some call it night. You can hear that. Call it night. Listen to that. You can hear his voice doing that.
Some call it nice.
Some call it night. Some call it nice. Ice. What's he doing there? Ice. He's leaning the breath against the vocal folds, putting the wind in the sail. Some call it nice. Ice. Some call it nice. You can hear that's like the steady flow of air through the vocal folds. It's incredible.
Check out through a wasteland I like to call my own. Welcome to paradise.
That welcome to paradise. Think about what's going on there. There's a couple of things happening. Welcome to paradise. Welcome to paradise. So, taking this deep breath in. What happens when you breathe in? Right? Put your hand on your finger gently on your larynx. What happens when you take a deep breath in? The larynx goes down, right? Welcome to, now don't force it down there, but welcome to, you start off like that. Welcome to paradise. Welcome to, there's something else I'm doing there. Welcome to, can you hear that? What's that sound? That's the epiglottis closing down. Welcome to, if you, I'm closing down the epiglottis. That's what it sounds like. Meat rod or whatever. Welcome to paradise. Not close it down too far. Just a little bit. Somewhere between welcome to and welcome to paradise. Welcome. You can play around with it and you get the feeling.
Welcome to paradise.
Welcome to paradise. So it's not at the end, at the beginning. Welcome to paradise. You can hear this. You can even like accentuation of the vowels. Welcome to paradise. That's a lot of, I'm kind of like, that's overdoing it, right? But I've talked about this before. Like when we mimic someone, when we try to imitate, oftentimes we kind of overdo it. There's over accentuation of some of the things, right? The key things. Welcome to paradise. The other thing that he's doing as well, and I'll get into in a second here.
A gunshot rings out at the station.
Right there. A gunshot rings out at the station. So you're at the end. He's not. There's this kind of little bit of holding back the air, but it's also, he's got this flow. The shot rings out at the station. Sometimes he holds back, like almost, it sounds like he's got a cold. Something at the station, like I've got a cold. My nose is stuffed up.
Another urchin snaps and left dead on his own. It makes me wonder why I'm still here.
So you hear that? Wonder why I'm still. So that just shows that he's open. That kind of like a cry. I wonder while I'm still here.
It makes me wonder.
It makes me wonder why I'm still. So it's kind of like he's not compressing so much that it's like, it makes me wonder why I'm. So allowing a little bit of the airflow through. It makes me wonder why I'm still here. Anyway, so those are the things really that I was missing before. I mean, it's the airflow. There's some of this enunciation, open throat, and, kind of the pharyngeal constriction, allowing this kind of it makes me, all that enunciation really is key to that. So, I mean, those are things that I missed before. It's really key, really, when you're listening to artists, right, to be very intent with listening to the tone, because the tone really speaks to the technique that they're using. And you can really learn a lot from trying to sing like other people. Like, you know, a lot of great singers just have such great tone that if you really listen to the tone and dial that in and try to get a similar tone, your singing will improve. I hope this video helped you. If you want to work with me a little bit closer, you can join my Patreon or become a member to the channel, or I've got other links down below if you want to work with me closer. And please hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching Rock Your Best Vocals, where your best keeps getting better.